So you are officially getting paid as a content creator. Now what? You are officially getting paid as a content creator. That is huge. That is such a big milestone. How exciting. This is the turning point where content creation becomes more than a hobby. You've cracked the code. Now let's build something real. In this video, we're going to talk about you're making money now as a micro-influencer, but now what? What's next? You're going to walk away with some clear, actionable steps to start treating your content creation like a legitimate business. Which, first things first, acknowledge that you are a business owner now. You're not just posting for fun anymore. Really, the moment that money is involved, you're running a business. So let's talk about shifting your mindset. Professional over casual, intentional over reactive. All of those things are very, very important psychological shifts to make as you are finally scaling and growing as a creator. Now, a part of that as well is tracking every single dollar of income that you make from your content. Make sure that you keep a very thorough record of every single brand deal, affiliate payout, even gifted products with strings attached. Make sure that you're tracking each and every single bit of income that you're making. We actually have a free income and expense tracker that you can download. We built it with content creators in mind, so that way you can get those financials organized from the get-go. A very easy and efficient way also to track your income and expenses is by opening up a totally separate, dedicated business banking account for your content. Having a totally separate content creation business banking account is going to give you better visibility. It's going to provide you with more legitimacy. It's also going to keep things way cleaner whenever it's time to do taxes later on. Now that you're making money as a creator, trust me when I say this is such an important first step. It's going to save you tons of headaches later on. Trust me, just by separating your personal and your business income and expenses. Speaking of the dreaded T word, set aside money for taxes. Because you are self-employed as a content creator, that means no one is withholding money to pay to the government. We usually recommend saving and setting aside about 25 to 30% of every single bit of income that you're making from your content. So when it does come time to pay taxes, you'll have a nice cushion there readily available for you. As a self-employed content creator, you have to pay, of course, federal taxes. If you're in a state with state taxes, you'll have to pay that as well. And then also self-employment taxes. That's definitely the kicker for most content creators as well. You can also avoid penalty fees if you pay these taxes quarterly as opposed to waiting for your annual return. We have a whole separate video that really does a deep dive on taxes for content creators and influencers, so check that out. But start saving for taxes. 25-30% should be enough. Now that you're making money as a content creator, it's time to start thinking seriously about forming your business entity and getting that LLC set up. If this is something that you really want to lean into and make it your full-time job, or even have it just be a sustainable part-time side hustle of yours, having an LLC has so many benefits. First and foremost, liability protection. Now, hopefully this would never happen, but let's say you were to be sued. Having your LLC in place is going to protect your personal assets from being at risk in a lawsuit. Only your business assets would be at risk. And as a content creator, your assets are pretty minimal. Like, yes, you have equipment, but you don't have a factory or machinery or anything too extensive. So you want to make sure that you can't have your house or your dog or your cat be gone after in a legal battle. Protect your personal assets from your business assets by opening up that LLC. Also, professionalism. As you're making money, maybe you want to lean into more brand deals, maybe you want to work with an agent or manager. Having an LLC in place already is going to level you up from other creators simply because you have that professionalism already established. Also, with an LLC, you can get an EIN or employment identification number, and that's also going to protect your privacy, so that way you don't have to be sharing your social security number. All of that would be completely private. You would only use this EIN as you're filling out forms and working with partnerships. All three of those things, legal protection, professionalism, and getting an EIN to protect your privacy, huge benefits as you're growing from your first brand deal to your 20th, 50th, 100th brand deal. As you are now making money as a content creator, sometimes giving the advice of like setting up a business banking account, forming an LLC, I get it. It can feel intimidating. We actually have a package with Cookie Finance called Creator Business Essentials. It handles exactly that at $29 a month. I'll link it down in the description box below. As you are now making money, also make sure that you're career, really tracking different business-related expenses and write-offs. Now, as a content creator, your business deductions and write-offs are very unique. It's going to depend on your platform. It's definitely going to depend on your niche as well. We have an entire video called Deductions 101, What Content Creators Need to Know, so check that out for a deep dive. We also have a great content creator deduction cheat sheet for you to check out, but definitely start tracking what your business expenses are from the get-go. It's going to really help lower that overall tax bill. Now let's talk about what you should be spending this newly earned money on. First, I would highly suggest reinvesting into your growth as a creator. Use that early income to upgrade your tools or equipment, improve your production quality, or hire help. Reinvest in your branding, in education as a creator, in your marketing. Reinvesting now in the early stages of your content creation career is going to pay off tenfold later on. As you are reinvesting in your growth, as you're scaling as a creator, also it's really important to maintain a content calendar and a workflow that's sustainable for you. Plan like a business because you are one. Batch content, use calendars, set deadlines for yourself. Of course, algorithms love consistency. Consistency is key, but also having a very manageable and maintainable calendar and schedule is going to help you avoid burnout. Also, this isn't just like good practice advice. Having consistency like this, it shows brands that you're very reliable. And not only brands, it's also going to show agents and managers that you're reliable as well, which brings me to my next piece of advice. Start building your team whenever you're ready. As you're growing and scaling, keep in mind you don't have to do it all by yourself. There are contractors there to help you with editing, graphic designers to help you with thumbnails. There are virtual assistants to help you with administrative work. There are agents and managers to help you negotiate brand deals. Really, the options are endless. But start small. Outsource the 3 things that you can delegate, like an editor or an assistant. Start there first and foremost so you can focus on what you do best, which is that content creation. Focus on the creative, outsource the admin. We absolutely love bridging the gap from micro to macro to mega influencer. We see it all the time with our clients. Let us help you from the very beginning. Let's help you with that LLC formation. It's one of our favorite things to do. Let's help you with that separate business banking account. Let's help you with that EIN number first and foremost. Having that support and foundation in place from the get-go is going to help you avoid costly mistakes later on. And then when you're ready, as you're growing, we can also help with your bookkeeping needs, with your taxes. At the end of the day, you've got this. You're not playing influencer anymore. You're running a business. You're getting paid. Now is the time to protect it, grow it, and own it. Check out our Creator Business Essentials to jumpstart your content creation career today, and let us know where you are in your creator journey in the comments below. I'm Katie Calloway with Cookie Finance. We'll see y'all in the next one. Tax, bookkeeping, and accounting services exclusively for content creators and influencers. That's Cookie Finance.